Gavin, can you tell me why you set out on this journey with associate artists?
It's, you think about these things in retrospect. In a way, it's not a grand plan. It had kind of grown out of the way we were working, and that was building the programme and building the audiences quite organically, really, and finding out what works. I think this building, what makes it what sets it apart, is very much a kind of meeting place of artists and communities. It's one of those buildings that's full with different kinds of people, very different kinds of people, all day, and it doesn't just come alive for theatrical performances in the evening. And we gained a lot. Obviously, we gained a lot of working with resident organisations, so we developed a way of working very much in partnership. And obviously, we're not an extremely well-funded organisation. We're not the kind of organisation that is able to invest in producing, and we didn't want to have that model of an artistic director who was able to kind of dictate a programme across the year. In a way, it's not practical anyway in this kind of organisation, which is cross-artful. So it was very much about trying to bring other artistic influences into the building aside from the resident organisations. And in a sense, it was just giving a name to a different way that we were beginning to work. And it's, in a sense, I would say it was very much ideas-led rather than artist-led. Although we were working in partnership with artists, it very much came out of artists approaching us with ideas, and they particularly wanted to work at the Albany because of the kind of building it was, because of the way we were working. Particularly, there are always artists that are very interested in the idea that you were working directly in partnership with community groups or with different kinds of communities in a building. And artists were approaching us because they wanted somewhere that, in a sense, they had a home where they could develop a particular kind of work. So we were able to look at a few artists, and in a way we wanted to choose just working with 3 or 4 artists over a period of time. And it was a way of defining down the way we were working and just say, let's focus on these particular projects with 3 or 4 artists over a year. And it was very much looking at, it was very bespoke with each artist, working out what their ideas were, what they could bring to the Albany, and how we could support them. But it was very much about them working with groups here in the development of their own work, as finding ways to support the development of their work, very much looking at how we could give them space or artistic feedback, provide groups that they could work with and so forth. But also it's very much about them bringing in other artists into the building, being able to curate very specific types of events that worked for them and worked for our audiences and worked for the building, as well as us being able to support their career as well.